Hi everybody, I'm Private Bell, and I know it's been forever since I made a new video, and the reason for that is just because I'm still in training status. I am doing everything I gotta do as a soldier to get through this course, and it's hard, and I don't have time to think about what I want to make, because you guys tell me that you want more content, but you don't tell me what you want, and I'm not a creative person, so I just gotta sit here and think about what I think 2 people might want to hear as opposed to what I think 7 people might want to hear, because we know that no more than 10 people are going to watch this video. I don't even think I did that math right. 7 and 2 is 9. No more than 9 people are going to watch this video. But before we get started, I had a couple things to say. Number one, I am driving, so I'm going to be wearing these bad boys. Little known fact, I'm blind as a bat. I wear glasses every day in normal life. I just don't wear them in videos because I hate the way that I look in them. So you're going to be seeing me with these bad boys. Number two, I decided that since I came to my car, because I am very self-conscious about recording in front of people, even though I am posting this video online for literally the entire world to see, I couldn't bring myself to talk to my camera in front of my roommate. So I came to Target and wasted $30 on this little car mount that I am using now to hook y'all up to my windshield so that I can have a more flattering angle. I mean, it's kind of hard to flatter myself with an angle because I'm ugly, but may as well waste my money and try. Also, evidently I can learn Chinese, but I can't open a box. Who would have guessed? Number 3, I am in my car, as I already said, and I'm wasting my gas and I am polluting the earth, all because I want to make a new video about who even knows what, Actually, I know what I'm going to talk about. I am applying to West Point, and we're going to talk about that, but let me get started driving before we start talking. So yes, you heard me correctly. I am applying to West Point, the United States Military Academy, USMA, Shidian Junxiao. That's Chinese for West Point Military Academy, in case you didn't know. Whatever you want to call it, I'm applying to it. And I really just think that I should start kind of this process about, I think I'm going to call it the road to West Point or something, because the Long Gray Line, that's already a thing, and I don't think I can steal that. But the road to West Point I think is pretty cool, because it just is. I mean, maybe it's the road to hopefully West Point, because Lord knows it's probably going to be a shot in the dark for me to actually get in, but I'm trying, and I'm going to explain the reason why. So before I enlisted in the military, I always knew that I was a leader, and I may be a little bit high-strung, and I may be a little bit in over my head when I say that, but in all honesty, I view myself as a leader. I view myself as someone who likes to make change happen as an individual, and I like to share those accomplishments with my team. So when I enlisted in the Army, it was mainly because I knew that I wanted to learn a skill before I went and tried to lead any other soldier. And so now that I have almost graduated the Defense Language Institute, which is a phenomenal accomplishment, not trying to toot my own horn, but that's seriously something that I am so proud of. I'm almost done with this course. I will have that diploma under my belt. I feel like now I'm a little bit more ready to go out and tackle what it means to, to be a leader. Because I feel like now that I've had the time to cultivate myself as a professional individual, as well as cultivate my skills as an enlisted soldier, it will give me a huge leg up on the competition, because I'll be able to use my experience as an enlisted and share how I got through certain circumstances that maybe my soldiers in the future will be going through. Also, another little known fact about me is that I have kind of what some would call road rage, and it doesn't help that I live in California and everyone here sucks at driving, myself included, but I'm never gonna get mad at myself, because even though I'm a bad driver, I just can blame everybody else. So why not? So yes, about West Point, I have been in contact with a lot of people. I have plenty of resources, super great people that I've met. So yesterday there was a game, actually. It was a San Jose State versus Army West Point football. And I went, and there were some cadets there, and I had the opportunity to talk to them, get their contact information, and then they have been putting me into contact with other people who also were prior enlisted and then went to West Point, which is super cool because it gives me the chance to meet people who have been through the process and can help me with any questions that I may have. So all things considered, I think I've been blessed with a really great opportunity. Sorry, the sun is really bright. But mainly it just comes down to what I gotta do to get it done. So I'm going to Taiwan next week. It is my final full-on immersion. My Chinese course is sending me to Taiwan, which I'm super pumped about. So I'll be going there to learn and to study and immerse myself in the culture. But the problem there is that I will have pretty much a month away from my application, which kind of sucks. I'm definitely going to work on some stuff while I'm there, but mainly my priority is still an enlisted soldier and to learn Mandarin. So I'm going to have to take a break from the application process and maybe give other people the chance to get ahead of me in the competition. But then I'm going to come back strong, I'm going to knock them all out, and I'm going to win. And this visor is not helping at all. Road to West Point. Where I am now is I have pretty much completed the application process. I have a couple things left. My CFA, which is the Candidate Fitness Assessment, which is basically the PT test that says like whether or not you're qualified to get into West Point. I'm doing all right. There's one event, which is pull-ups, that I kind of suck at. I'm close to the average. The average is 9. I've plateaued at like 7. So I'm going to work on that and hopefully get it up a little bit more. If not, gonna submit it at 7 because they don't post a minimum, but I think it's safe to assume that the minimum is less than 7. Wishful thinking probably, but you know, may as well. And also my commander is still a little bit on the fence, which I'm going to explain why. I think that he thinks that I have not really given enough to the Army for me to be able to just up and leave and want to become an officer, which I think is a very valid point. However, I think that the reason that I joined the Army goes a little bit beyond what I am able to voice and what I am able to make him understand, especially as my commander. He only sees what I've accomplished as an enlisted soldier in training status. So he's right. I've never experienced the real Army. I don't know what it's like to lead soldiers, but I don't think that that makes me any less qualified than all of these high school students that are applying. Because although I do not have experience in the big Army and in the, I guess just in an environment outside of training, I do have the experience of an enlisted soldier. I have graduated basic training. I've been in the Army for a year and some change. So I know a little bit more about how it works. And I think now that I have that knowledge, I'll be able to use that and shape it into something so much more than I would have been able to had I applied to West Point just out of high school. So yeah, like I was saying, all I have left is my candidate fitness assessment, my commander's endorsement, which I still need to get from him, which is basically him saying that he recommends me and he thinks that I would be a good candidate for the class of 2023. Because the way that it works as enlisted soldiers is that you don't need a congressional nomination if you can get one from your commander, which I'm hoping I will be able to do. What the hell? Oh my God. Did you see that? I don't know if you just saw those people that were walking. I almost just hit them because they decided to walk out right in front of me. That wasn't even a crosswalk. I'm upset. So yeah, like I said, I'm still trying to get the nomination, my CFA, those 2 events, and then I'm still kind of iffy on my medical because my vision sucks. So when I enlisted in the Army, I had to get a waiver because I have what's called amblyopia, which means my eyes are like shaped differently. And so one of them does a lot more work than the other one. And it just kind of makes my vision like all out of whack. So sorry, you guys are really shaking. These roads suck. But yeah, it makes my vision like all crazy out of whack. So I gotta get a waiver to make sure that, you know, I'm not going to go blind in the middle of my training or something. And other than that, I have submitted my test scores. I've submitted all my high school jazz. I've got my letters of recommendation. I've gotten plenty of support from all my friends, from all my teachers here at the Defense Language Institute and from high school. And in the meantime, all I gotta do is keep on my studies, keep on my PT, keep on doing what I've been doing to better myself as a soldier and as a person and as a West Point candidate. So yeah, that's where I've been lately. I really appreciate all y'all sticking around and giving me such great feedback on my other videos. Even though I haven't been super active, I'm about to go through a tunnel, so we're gonna go through this adventure together. And bumpy road again, perfect. Anyway, I really do appreciate like all the support and all the feedback and all the crazy comments, even the mean ones that I get, because it betters me, it makes me better, it makes me feel better, it makes me realize like, hey, I need to work on this, because I definitely have monumental strides to take in the way of professional development, but I think that overall I'm ready to take the next step in my life, and I think that West Point will be the first step in the right direction. That being said, Army strong, Private Bell,